Okay, here is my BCM, lovely jubbly. I'm going to install it in the car. This is the one that the chap in Italy is going to receive. I have been testing it. I did have a little issue with it with the power, but it's good. So what I will provide is, obviously there's a power wires, positive, negative, and then these are your CAN wires. This is how I've got it at the moment. What you need to do is connect them to the CAN bus, connect this to a permanent 12 volt. Doesn't want to be on the switch 12 volt, it needs to be on the permanent 12 volt. So what I've done is I have connected with a small fuse, in addition, a little lead that goes straight to the consumables battery. And the negative, I've taken the negative off of one of the ground terminals. So that is a permanent power feed direct from this battery here, the consumables battery. Yep. For the CAN, you've got to connect these two. So brown, CAN low, red, CAN high. So this needs to be connected. Take out the BCM plug, and when you've got the BCM plug, on the BCM plug you'll find the red, brown, and you'll find the brown, and they are twisted together. Now you'll also see other browns, and this is a red. These are two browns. These are in pins 1 and 2. They are ground. This brown that's twisted is not a ground. This brown that's twisted to this is CAN low, and it connects to part of the CAN bus. Also in here there is another red brown, which is a slightly thicker wire. It is actually the trigger wire for relay K57. So don't try and use that one. And the other wire is the purple brown, which is the trigger here to remove the other non-essential consumables when the battery's in battery load shedding mode. But really, if you're going to change to a DC-DC, you don't really need, you can consider these relays. I'm not going to bother with this relay. I'm going to change this to a manual override switch. Anyway, back to it. So you want to be connecting these two. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to cut my wires. So I'm going to leave them a little bit long so that I can join them again if I need to. So I'm going to leave a couple of inches off the end of the plug. So I'm going to snip. Before I do that, I would advise, you shouldn't really, I would advise just disconnect the negative side of the battery. So let's disconnect the negative side of the battery. Negative side of the battery is off. Bear in mind, when you do disconnect the consumables battery, generally things like seats and windows and everything, they need resetting. And to reset them, you just need to fully unwind your windows, fully put them back up, and they'll just recalibrate their positions. And sometimes it's the same with the seats. The seats might need recalibration, and you'll also probably maybe lose your presets. Depends how long you're off for. Right, so now the battery's disconnected, I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to connect my CAN bus wires. So I'm going to snip this red brown that's twisted, and snip the brown that's twisted. And then I have two tails, and I'm just going to strip that wire and strip that wire. Okay, now the red brown, they're handy, these little couplers. They're a little bit like I can't remember the name, get them on Facebook, not Facebook, Amazon or something. So take that red brown and put it in the red, put that down, connect it, take this brown with the twisted brown and put it in with the brown. Lovely. And then on the positive terminals, we do the positive first. So we'll put the positive in there, and we'll put the negative in there. That's it. So now I've got it all connected up. Got the BCM disconnected, and I've got this disconnected. Obviously I've still got the original BCM in there, which I will be taking out and changing it to a Victron. I've done some drawings for it of how I think it's going to work, but I'll go to that in another video. I'm going to show this working, and then temporarily I'm going to put it back and connect these tails. But I'll show you it working. So at the moment it's got a little LED on there. LED's off, it's because the power's off. So let's reconnect the negative terminal, and we can just slot it on. Don't need to do it up. green light comes on. It started flashing because as soon as you put that battery terminal in, all the modules in the car, they wake up and they start transmitting frames over the CAN bus. When they do that, when they wake up, they normally transmit for about 23 seconds. After 23 seconds, they'll stop transmitting and the CAN bus will go quiet. So we'll see this green light go steady. Green light's gone steady. After 30 seconds, that green light will go into off. When it goes off, that means that this module's gone into a low power sleep mode. That's to make sure that this doesn't cause any draw on the battery. When it goes into sleep mode, it also prevents it from sending any unneeded messages on the CAN bus. If it was to send any unneeded messages, it would wake the CAN bus. See, there it's gone to sleep. So now that's in low power mode. I actually have a Victron shunt, smart shunt on here, so I've been monitoring it and making sure that it really does reduce and it doesn't draw anything. So let's put, here's the key, let's start it up again. So press the button and then we'll hear the pumps. That will start flashing. Open, pumps on, started flashing. So now that's flashing, that is sending the simulated message for the BCM on the car. Let's go and have a look at the dashboard. There we go, it's stopped flashing. That's because the bus has gone quiet and it doesn't need to. So here's the dash. Let's put the key in and we'll start the engine. It's probably going to start the engine. See, there's no battery fault. Now, like I say, the emulator is an emulator. It doesn't do any kind of electrical control, so it doesn't monitor or control the voltage in any way. It just sends a healthy state. It needs to put some more fluid in. It just sends the healthy state. So it's quite interesting because actually the battery's really drawn down because I've been playing with it a lot. And the car, I haven't turned the car on to charge it, but you can see that there is no consumables offline message. The reason that's something that maybe on the Victron, when I put it in, I might start to consider a bit of voltage control. But all the emulator does at the moment is just clears that fault and it sends to the car, hello, I'm the BCM and I'm healthy. That's all it does. So let's turn it off. One malfunction, I bet, because let's have a look. Turn it off. No malfunction. Right, let's go back to here. So what I'll do quickly is I shall just quickly disconnect. Let's turn it off. So when we turn it off, we're gonna take the positive power out and the negative power. So now my module is off. Let's go and put that back on the car. And let's turn it on, straight into battery fault. So let's go back round. Go back round. Put this in the clamp. Back round here. Let's put this back in this. And that one in there. That one in there. And negative to negative, negative to negative. That in there. This is come on. It's detected that it's connected to the car. Light starts flashing. Let's go round and have a look. Wash the fluid again. And it's all cleared. It's all good. Malfunction. Got some dodgy Chinese lights in the number plate, which I'll fix. Really, that's it. Like I say, that is I've kept it simple in terms of it just sends a healthy state and it goes into a low power state. I know that the BCM, there's a lot of other functions. Like I say, when I get to the installing the Victron, I've been drawing out a schematic, which I'll share at the time. The Victron is going to work in tandem with this. and that should be a good solution, and I'll show it when I'm ready. I am working on a slightly modified version of this, which I'll be testing. It's going to take me some time though, and I'm going to put on it the display, and I've also got it so that the Victron Smart Shunt, which normally you connect to over Bluetooth, it does have an output on it, so you can get information out of it through a serial bus. I'm going to take that serial bus, I'm going to put it into one of these, and then possibly I might add Wi-Fi to this one, and then you can log in. You could do loads with it. I could get it to send messages and MQTT, but it's all very development and stuff. And then maybe I'll get it to control the Victron's input to completely switch off. We'll work on that. That'll be for another video. Any questions and comments, I'll be happy to answer. Do let me know in the messages, and see you later.